What up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Church. Basically, we're about to cover another episode of the JBP podcast, my favorite podcast on the planet. And I think it's the best podcast out there right now. So, I'm going to give you a few of my takes from the last Patreon exclusive episode. And man, listen, I'm just going to get right into it. So simply, after looking at the Patreon exclusive before I even open the thing up, I said, look at this dude right here. He left the last episode where the rest of the crew expressed their political views and, well, their political opinions, I should say. And Joe was MIA, only to wait 2 days and get him back on the couch with a guest. So I guess the joke is on us. Now, these guys, obviously they all have on the same clothes, and though, you know, he definitely came back that particular day and just had the Twitter Spaces in a frenzy, I should say. Now, all that being said, I'm just gonna put this out here. I love Diabolical Joe, and I'll put it out there right now. Me and my partner will bust his ass in some spades, but that has nothing to do with anything. I just had to throw that in there. But let's open up this episode and let's see what the greatness. Let's see what greatness the crew comes up with today. So wait a minute. Wow. So I'm not even gonna go there. I'll guess I'll just put it. I'll put that at the. I'll put that in another video. But basically, in the beginning of the episode, it opens up. Amani is asking JT questions. It's like he immediately opened up with "you expensive." So immediately it's like, yo, Amani, are you jealous of the star quality that JT is getting as an artist? And then he questioned Ish when he said that she smells good. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe he was just acknowledging the attention she's getting and pointing it out. But that Mel statement saying, we're glad to have you, was hella hate. I don't care what anyone says. She's extremely territorial and she doesn't like any other woman in her space. If she can throw up the guard dog fence with her friend S, she's definitely going to do it in a subtle way with any other female guest that goes up there. Just something to pay attention to. Now, with that being said, I can't get over how good M. Ford was when she was interviewing for the pod to now how cordial she is. And don't get me wrong, I love Mel. It's my girl. Well, it's not my girl, but you know what I mean? I think she's really good for the pod. We took, there's a few pictures here and there back then in the days, but we'll get to that at a later time. Now, should my the fifth take pretty much is Mel should be getting a cut from That's That Ish's shirts. That's That Ish, his shirts and his apparel and all of that. If I'm not mistaken, she gave him the idea about 100 episodes ago. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But again, I think she should be getting a piece because if I recall, and again, there could be other underlying information here, but if I'm not mistaken, I think she said That's That Ish first. Again, I could be wrong. Not sure. Now, my next take, I'm not sure who hates their hate song more. Tony Baker's Would They Not Like Us or Joe Budden and his $1 Million Baby. I mean, listen, that was hilarious. I can't front. I was one of the first people to post the $1 Million Baby song on my personal social media outlet. But I mean, I guess I'm an algorithm groupie, but I don't know who hates their hate song more. Tony Baker, he had a whole comedic special about turn that stuff off. They not like us. They not like us. Yeah, he's tired of it, and I don't know who hates their song more. Joe Budden cannot stand that $1 Million Baby song. I think it's growing on. But I could be, it is what it is. Now, my next take is basically I want to apologize to Imani. I was unaware of JT's fans cursing him out. I take it back, Imani. My fault. I didn't know where that energy was coming from. And listen, I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. You know, you never know when you run into somebody. City has a lot of people, but it's a small town. You can run into anybody at any given day, or on any given day, I should say. Take 8. Now, I know it's a joke, but Ice wanting to double back and send out lawyer threats on songs he may have helped in the past, it's hilarious to me, especially since that was the first thing that he said on the pod. I'll just leave that there. My next take is that Ozempic question with straight hate towards somebody named, I guess the first letters is MEG. If you know, you know. All right. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything, but if you know, you know. Next take. Not Mel. Yes, girling and co signing all the fellas to get married. If that ain't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. Ice and Ish are hilarious for clapping at Joe getting married. And by the way, shout out to all the introverts. United we stand. Um, I don't mean to, and I know this is has I know. Listen, Mel, M Ford, she most definitely has a list of media outlets where if they were to call, she's out of there. Um, I completely understand why she's acting the way she is now after, watching this episode and this whole entire time. Um, this is a darn interview for her dream jobs. She's very calculated, and I must say, I'm not mad at her now with the understanding. Her asking JT that question revealed a lot. Next take. Joe going to the JT show for the biddies is hilarious, especially after he just stated he has a girlfriend. Now, either he has an open relationship or he's just trying to get fellas to go to the show. But to be fair, I'll refer to the tag in the front of the JBP podcast where all this is a joke, nothing is serious, and all that good stuff. So I'll just refer to the tag in the front. But again, it's just a take. Now, Parks. Parks. You're gonna have a good year being a Dolphins fan, but listen, fam, I'm a Jet fan, so I don't wish your team the best. We're in the same division, and only one team can win. So my competitive spirit says fuck yo Dolphins. But the real side of me knows the Dolphins have a squad. Now, BBL Ishii is hilarious. There was a spot in they were talking about Ishii's weight, and they were saying how he's gonna go on vacation and come back and make weight or whatever the case is. And Mel put out, she said BBL Ishii. It was a play on the BBL Drizzy. Oh my god, that I found that to be hilarious. I thought they needed to cut the camera to her when she said it because that was kind of funny, y'all. I wasn't expecting that. Now, did y'all know what steak freights were? Steak freights is, listen, the fact that he's calling it freights. I listen. To be fair, I have no clue what that what it was. So you call it whatever you want, Joe. I ain't even mad at you, fam. Because if you told me one way or another, if that's what you wanted, I wouldn't even be able to tell. I wouldn't even. Yeah, no, steak freight. So we'll just leave that where it's at. Um, now, by the definition that Ice read out about uh being mixy, by definition, that's flip all the way. But that's my dude. So mix on, my guy, mix on. But that definition that ish that Ice read was basically the definition of flip. He likes drama. He forces himself into it. He looks for it. He goes out. He creates content for it. And I mean, listen, he's a mixy guy, man. He's a mixy guy. I guess what I'm gonna say is the Queen's Flip, the content creator is mixy. Maybe he's not mixy in real life, but the content creator, he's mixy. Hands down, he's the mixiest person on that pod. I don't care what any of them say. Now, Joe and Imani or Imani, I mean, they're up there too, but Flip got it hands down. Now, if you do something that deserves to be dogpiled on, no matter if you're a man or a woman, you should most definitely get dogpiled. It is what it is. Um, Next take. That Never Heard SLV song featuring Twister was fire. I don't know what you guys need to do, but I think you guys need to definitely put that out on an independent on an independent outlet, something like that to make some money off of it because that song was heat. Never even heard it before. And next take. Oh well, basically Joe and Imani they're both mixy. Joe wanting the girls to know that it's about to go down when they go out is pretty much as mixy as leaving your phone unlocked when you know you're cheating just so she can find it. And that's your cue to dip out, but then she wants to keep you because she doesn't want to lose, and then you have the most toxic sex ever. Sorry, but this guy is mixy as I don't know what. Like when you want your partner to know that it's about to go down, mix sauce. Next take. Personally, we want to know why the JBP trip was canceled. That one rotten apple line from Parks was wild. M4's reaction was kind of priceless, if you ask me. Um, Joe is extremely mad about Mel being in the workplace pool with the pod neighbor and others. Is too funny. I mean, I'm like Verizon with the callbacks line was if that wasn't funny, I don't know what was. Um, yeah, he was tight. Now, basically, imagine if they were to take a fellas trip and no Mel. I mean, honestly, that's probably what should happen. I mean, Joe is petty and he was tight, so I wouldn't put it past him to go do something like that. But then again, I think he's too much of a sweetheart to do something like that to Mel. Just my honest opinion. Next take. Ish fronting and yet listen. Yes, I'm pocket watching only because he continuously downplays the amount of money he makes. Ish fronting like he don't make a lot of money when he's a landlord going on vacations and selling merch from one of the biggest platforms in the space is an insult to the viewer's intelligence. Just put that out there. Next take. The way that these guys, Ish and Imani, laughed about Joe saying that Gil said Team USA almost lost to dudes whom had flies on their face was hilarious. They couldn't hold back their laughter, and it shows why they're always the two going back and forth on the racist comments towards each other. And I mean, listen, it's all comedy at the end of the day. But they definitely keep and have stereotypes about different cultures. And listen, I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? Next take. As I'm watching the end of the pod, a notification pops up on my phone saying Flip has to go. And I mean, listen, he said he's not renewing his contract. I mean, Joe's waiting on Sue Surf to come home, and I think some people are pushing that narrative only so that they can say that they were right. But I mean, listen, I'll just leave that where it's at. Because listen, when you rub people the wrong way, you can't get mad at how they choose to respond as long as they don't cross, physical lines and personal boundaries. Next take. Google search is most definitely a rat. Be careful of what you're searching out there. Um, the non-pod member definitely holds weight on the pod because his laughs or his non-laugh most definitely instigates moods and responses mid pod. So that's basically my takes from the Patreon exclusive. Before we get up out of here, I just want to give a special shout out to my sponsor, Manhattan Gray. If you have gray hair, embrace it with Manhattan Gray. You can soothe, hydrate, and add shine to your hair or beard using the moisture pomade, which promotes hair growth and a healthy shine. The hydration oil hydrates and moisturizes all different types of hair textures. Basically, join and support a black-owned business that'll give you a new perspective and confidence to embrace your gray in style. The link is in the description. Go support if you have gray hair, and even if you don't, I'm sure you know someone who does. The link will get you 20% off of your first order, and most importantly, don't forget to let them know who put you on. Choose greatness and go check out the website. I'm absolutely positive that you'll be impressed once you go check it out. Now, that's it, and that's all for now. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And again, remember the best takes is the church's takes. We out.